A lot of talk in the news right now about NFL football, especially with Damar Hamlin going into the hospital after what happened on Monday Night Football. I guess he had a heart attack, cardiac arrest, or something like that. So a lot of people have been talking about how do we make the NFL safer, all sports safer, or should we? Should any changes be done? Like, what do you think? Like, 'cause a lot of people, I'm one of them. I'm like, what happens one day when a player actually does die on the field? What happens?
Those happen. Just not in the NFL.
Yeah. So
School level?
So what are your thoughts on it? Do you think the NFL should make some significant changes so something like that doesn't happen? Because it is a very physical sport. People do get hurt all the time. So it's just almost like it's just a matter of time. It's not if. It's more like when it will happen.
I don't see them really making any changes significant until like people that actually kind of fund the game, fans mostly,
Right.
seem like they're bothered by it.
Yeah.
Because there's been all this like head trauma stuff going on for a long time with that. Has anything really happened regarding
Just
all this head
protocol,
trauma?
helmet stuff.
I was going to say, they
Helmet stuff.
constantly have been making safety
Yeah.
changes, but you're going to get injuries when you're throwing people, full-size adults, and larger into each other at full speed.
Gonna get injured.
It's just the risk you take
I
playing
mean,
the sport.
any sport.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, football. I know there's like that added because you do like actually
Yeah.
tackle.
All you do
but-
is you hit people at full speed. Like,
right, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've read things where they've pitched ideas to make it softer on the inside for the helmets and stuff, but
They've come a long way.
yeah.
they've put
Still gotta
millions
wrap
and millions
people.
of dollars into that
Yeah.
research and technology. So it's
Yeah.
not that I don't think they're not doing anything. It's just
Mhm.
what
What
can
can be done?
you do?
Yeah.
What else can you do besides not play the sport?
Yeah, and they've had ideas where they're thinking about switching it over to like kind of like a flag football, but fans don't want that.
It's just
That's the
only
opposite.
game.
They were like a lot of fans are just dead against it. They like it the way it is. They like the physicality and they just like the sport the way it is because of just how it is. That's why it's so popular. So it's like it's almost why it's successful is why it's so dangerous in the first place. It's kind of that's so it's like, okay, you either let it ride and be, and make a lot of money off of it, or you're like, oh, we care about player safety, we better not do this. So it's like, do you care about the money, or do you care about player safety, or you care about
Is it
entertainment?
a fine line?
It's kind of
I think
like,
they care about both.
Yeah,
I
that's what
saw
I'm
the
saying.
thing that people were complaining about is their health care after their careers are over.
Yeah.
Because that's just been getting cut more and more, apparently.
Really?
mm-hmm.
Because apparently
NFL
they had a $22,000
They-
like
they do.
post-retirement thing that's been cut to like $3,000.
Are you talking like? Oh, okay.
Like their life insurance is awful.
Yeah, I
apparently.
have heard it's one of the worst, and it's surprisingly like bad.
On that hand,
They said
though,
like
how much
15.
money?
They said like 15% of retirees that have been injured, or of all the retirees that have been injured and dealing with stuff, only 15% of them are eligible for any kind of like, I don't know, any kind of like, I don't know.
But in that argument, though, how much are they worth?
But how about a rookie who comes into the league,
Well,
gets
that's
hurt
true,
on a
but-
play that ends his
Yeah.
career?
That is-
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's true.
top heavy, right? Like,
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say you have to be pretty.
Granted, yeah, they're
A
making.
football career, the lifespan on the average player is not Tom Brady. People aren't playing for 2 decades.
Yeah,
Right.
They're playing
that's-
for 6 years. A lot of them even less. What is something like that?
Yeah.
The average running back lifespan like
Mhm.
3 years.
3
in the league?
years.
Even if you're
Yeah.
not in a skilled
Yeah,
position,
the turnover rate is ridiculous. And then, like quarterbacks that do play forever, they're the most protected player on the field. I mean, they get sneezed on, the other team gets a 15-yard penalty. Like, it's ridiculous.
which that's one thing they've done.
Yeah.
There's more
They're good at
strict
protecting Brady and Rodgers and making sure they don't get it because they're the face of the league. And like,
They have adjusted the rules. Like,
yeah,
For
Right, you can't.
you
like, do
can't
helmet,
just
helmet.
absolutely just murder people anymore.
Yeah.
You get, even if it's just a
You-
clean hit, but it's called targeting.
Yeah.
You just get ejected for it. So
yeah. I mean, they've done like moving the kickoff because it used to be on the 10-yard line or something like that, and they moved it up to the 25, so less likely for them to run it back because apparently that's like the most dangerous play in the NFL is during the kick returns
Mhm.
because They're talking about one guy with a ball running full speed ahead and into 11 guys.
Dude,
He's going to get pummeled.
I remember like 10 years ago, you'd see the guy on the punt return, the ball's coming, and all he can do is look up and catch the ball. And then there's one guy flying in full speed. And it's just like he doesn't slow down 10 years ago. He just smacks him full speed as he's catching the ball. And that guy can't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know if
then-
you really can. Other than dumping millions of dollars into
Mm-hmm.
equipment and
Which they have.
stuff, which they
Would-
have, which
Do you think
I don't know if you can.
Do you think there's a? I guess the cardiac thing is one thing, but the head trauma is what you heard about
Yeah,
for a
the
while.
CTE.
Mhm.
Do you think there are some of? I always think of like, I guess the Varsity Blues, a little bit of. So there's like it's a Texas high school football team, and pretty much like the coach and like the quote unquote doctors and all this. Like, just give him a shot, he'll be fine to play. Like he's fine. like the team doctor. Do you think there's a little bit of?
I think-
Make sure you say they can play, so they can play.
There's a lot of it.
I
Aaron
know.
Rodgers has had a fractured
Who's
thumb
that?
for like 6 weeks. And it's like, I'm going to play if I can play. I want to get the team to
Who's
But do
play.
you think
guy
like
that just-
like doctors are giving the level truth?
So I didn't actually play football, but I had plenty of friends that did, and I think literally from a young age, it's a mentality with football players. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you play hard, you hit hard, you got an injury. No, you don't. You just, and if you do have an injury, it's serious. Like you're not a man enough. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like
And they are
It-
usually
it's a-
like that.
it's
I
like
feel
I have friends that are like that. That were just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
That's not what I
not
mean.
safe.
So like here's an
No,
example.
it's
We're trying to think of
Who's
like
that?
say,
yeah, like
say
it's,
it's like a hard hit like with some head trauma and some doctor like paid for by the NFL is like take a play again. So it's like what are you
Maybe not
doing?
Who's
that
that
high
football
level,
player?
but that's what I
that
was
used
getting
to-
at.
like,
Is that-
that-
I think it starts
That
really
passed out.
young at a really
Tua.
low.
I don't know his
Tua.
last name.
Just push
That's
through
it. That guy.
They
Push
like the push through it, play through it, like
Be a man.
yeah.
Oh,
Like Tua, like yeah, he had to
That's
go
what
back
I
on
was
the field. Remember, like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then like
took a
all
hard
like the
fall.
doctors.
that's a good example of what you're
Yeah.
talking about with Tua because
But he had another head injury earlier this season, too.
Right,
yeah, he had an injury a week before and he was not taken out of the game at first.
Mm-hmm.
right.
And then he was immediately
That's a good-
he was put back into the game a week later, and then he got knocked out for real. And a lot of people were
Was that the guy with the was it like the hand
Mhm.
that was running on the remember that
Yeah.
image on the
Yeah,
field?
like you,
Yeah.
like, you can like
And-
almost see him having like a seizure
and
and,
then
such.
the head coach was being criticized because a lot of they're thinking that like he did not use his judgment, like it's part of his job is
Yeah.
to monitor his players, and you don't send out somebody that has a concussion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people said that he probably overlooked that because of just he's a good football player and they
Right.
need him out there to win. You
Those
know?
doctors were fired.
Were they?
Were they?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
I know he's back playing now, but I didn't know the.
And they have come a long way with like the concussion protocol and such like that.
Mhm.
But I still think
Like-
we have a lot more to learn
Yeah.
about it.
See, that's the NFL. I wonder if that's that probably goes with head coaches. That goes
It's a
on
big
in
sport, by the way.
goes in soccer. Yeah, that goes a lot of sports. That goes on in
All right.
in high
Football
school,
and
all
soccer.
kinds of different levels. And I mean, you just kind of touched on that. Like, I
Shake
don't
it
know.
off.
You
When I
played
play
with a
baseball,
broken
it's all
ankle,
always, yeah, shake it off, you're fine. No matter what happens, shake it off.
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I didn't know until after.
Right. We didn't know until after, until years later, when you got an X-ray that it was actually broken. But you should not have been playing. Clearly.
Yeah. So do you think rules should be changed? Because like baseball's dangerous too. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but it's just a matter of time where a pitcher gets drilled by a ball that has a
You're right.
113 exit velocity off the bat right to their dome.
That's why the
Okay.
softball.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's happened.
That's
I mean,
softball
that
wears
could.
helmets.
That could be lights out though, right? Like,
Right. But how
that
weird?
axe at your head, right?
But how weird would that be to see a pitcher out there wearing a batter's helmet? Or whoa, it would just be
Yeah.
weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a risky take.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's weird because like we see the obvious, but yet we kind of everyone's guilty of it and kind of ignore it just
Kind
for
of part of life. Though,
the
isn't
sake
it?
of the sport. Yeah, I mean, and then there is that argument. You know what you're getting into. It's not a secret. Like,
Right.
We all know football is dangerous.
You balance the risk reward,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like,
almost everything.
Yeah.
like you said, like knowing it's dangerous and violence, half the appeal to a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's really nothing to be done about it.
I
Nothing.
don't know if we can do it.
Right.
Say violent sports are violent sports.
The
Mhm.
very like dynamic of the sport is
Mm-hmm.
It's
to
terrible.
hit people. So
Yeah. I don't know.
And players that don't want to get hit do a good job at not getting hit.
Mhm.
They're like undersized compared to like you'll see them like the Tyler Lockett, he'll catch a ball and immediately he looks for the ground. Like he doesn't even, because he's like,
I'm not getting it.
I'm the smallest guy on the field. No, I don't want to get touched. So
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's something for parents, something for them to know ahead of time. Realize, like, before they let their kid go into whatever sport they want to play, like,
I think they kind of do.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of people like the kids wanting to play football, but they're like, no, you're not playing football.
Absolutely not.
yeah,
I've heard of.
mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude,
not.
there's
My kids were
NFL
not.
players. They said they would never let their kid play football.
Yeah,
And then their
That's
opinion
true.
probably lands a little differently.
I think
Yeah.
that hits a little harder. I think
Mm-hmm.
when you have like ex NFL players or current ones even, because like
Yeah.
we were watching all that stuff with like Tio, and that happened. You made me watch all the news, and that's why I know things.
Mhm.
But like they were interviewing players, and they're like, my kid wants, he's 9, so wants to play some tackle football, and I'm like,
that's
No.
scary.
Yeah.
That says
Mhm.
an absolute lot. I think
Yeah.
it says more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kid, nope, absolutely not.
I want to play football.
No, you wouldn't. Your
be,
dad said
be,
no.
be the
Not
kicker
me.
or be the punter.
Well, that's his senior year.
Team
that was-
manager,
Team manager. Yeah.
If I wanted to
Water.
play
pick up
football,
helmets and
That's
stuff.
not
Or just be the quarterback. They tend to be safer
Run
a lot.
faster.
Yeah, or just run fast. Yeah.
Just run fast.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think anything can be done. I mean, stuff can be done. It's whether or not do we want to have them done. That's the thing.
It'll just be as little of a change as it can without affecting
The game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's going to take one death during the Super Bowl, and then that's probably going to really change it. It's
Well,
going to take something
Because
like.
think about like NASCAR.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Earnhardt. Yeah.
He died.
Yep.
not junior.
Yeah, it was the death.
Oh,
Yeah,
his
Dad
son.
was-
Yeah.
Sorry, my fault. I'm not a connoisseur of NASCAR.
No, yeah, that's a good point. And they're still racing today.
They still race today. They still have accidents too that are horrific.
You're right. So yeah, and that's
Scary.
I think it's
it's
just the capitalist side of it. As long as there's
Right.
enough people, fans doing it, we'll just roll until they don't like it anymore. Then it'll change enough so they like it again.
yeah.
Boycott.
So it's like the fans pretty much are deciding. The viewers, the people that are actually fans of it, they're the ones that will decide when enough is enough.
I think so.
Probably.
All right.
Players union.
Is there a players union for football?
Yeah, but it's not really there.
Oh,
That's how bad it is.
All right. Well, that's all I got on that.
That's all I got.
All right. We got